Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com.
And I'm Bob. Happy Friday.
Welcome back to our Top 5 Friday ski industry news videos. I am just realizing I don't normally point with my hand. I normally kind of just gesture with the paper.
Yep.
And if you noticed, Bob has the paper. That is because our esteemed colleague Matt is out coaching the future of the sport at IFSA Junior Nationals at Breckenridge. I think I got that title correct.
Sounds correct.
So, anyways, Matt, hope you're having fun. With Matt gone, I decided that Bob would write Top 5 Fridays. So, Bob picked all the topics. Bob wrote the article. Bob, I think you did a fantastic job.
Thanks, Jeff.
Before I hand it off to you, because you're going to host, we did that Maverick 105 CTI review yesterday.
Yep.
That was fun. We just finished filming a QST-X review that was, I'd say, quite entertaining to film.
Yeah. Some movie magic involved in there, perhaps?
Perhaps. I haven't played around with it yet. I am going to tour the Blizzard factory. I think one person successfully guessed that.
Someone said, like, Nordica Blizzard.
I mean, that's accurate.
Yeah.
So I'm going to Austria with Blizzard Technica, predominantly to see the inner workings of their Mittersill factory, but hopefully also doing some skiing as well. So hopefully I can check in next week from Europe. If not, we will share everything the following week.
They got the internet over there?
I would assume so.
Good.
I think my phone will work.
Cool.
All that stuff. Get a major country.
Yeah.
They build all the skis there.
Right. They should have some type of connectivity.
Technologically inclined.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's it. Bob, you wanna take it away and lead Top 5 Fridays, and I'm just gonna sit here
and provide interesting quips.
I hope my quips are as interesting as yours. You're the quip master.
I'm sure you'll have some input onto topic number one, and we had this last week as well in the anticipation of the total solar eclipse that we experienced on Monday. Basically, there's no article to go along with this. There's just kind of different compilations and mashups of
visual
highlights.
Sure.
I'm
just going to keep Chris's photo up here.
Yeah, Chris, I mean, you got to do some interesting stuff to get some eclipse photos.
Yep.
We learned.
Yeah. A lot of filters.
Yeah. And since a lot of these ski areas in New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, I think some Canadian ones as well, were in the path of totality, it was really a unique opportunity for people to get on the top of the ski mountain and be up there for that celebration. And, we've all kind of shared our own stories, but for me, and I was able to enjoy it from my front porch. I think you were home as well. I skied in the morning. It was a beautiful spring day. But no one else's pictures or descriptions of what it was going to be like even came close to matching the experience, which was just amazing.
I agree 100%.
It was one of those things that your expectation is here and the reality is through the roof.
Yeah.
Not just a couple of steps up, but so far beyond.
I agree.
I've learned that I've become a totality snob as well.
You're going to be an eclipse chaser.
No, but
Bummer.
Feel pretty fortunate. The difference between 98% and 100% are different sports.
My big takeaway is if I'm ever within a 10-hour drive to totality of a solar eclipse, I will be making that drive.
I think
that's about where I'd cut it, 10 hours.
I think you got 20 years maybe? I don't know.
There's one in Alaska in 10.
Okay.
But that's further than 10-hour drive.
That is pretty far.
Unless vehicle technology starts enhancing at a rapid rate.
So some of the cool stuff we saw, if you're at the top of the mountain and you get a 360-degree view, Jay Peak had some really cool stuff because it's a little more conical than Mansfield, which is more ridge-oriented. But being able to see the 360-degree sunset or sunrise, however you want to phrase it.
Neither.
It was crazy.
It's just the sun.
It was just the sun. But anyone who's kind of, saying that the eclipse is overblown is dead wrong.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made the decision, as you did as well, to not watch it from the mountain. So I suppose I missed out on a little bit of that 360-degree sunset type experience. I suppose also the benefit of where I live is you get a little bit of that anyways.
Right.
And yeah, I really enjoyed watching it at my own house. I bought that house, but like a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I speakerphone chatted with my mom and watched it from my own land, which I thought was, for me, was very special.
And then on the tail end, it was extremely entertaining to watch the traffic just leave.
That's the real benefit of being in Hyde Park, Vermont, is no traffic by my house.
Like 9-10 hour drives back to Boston
Yeah.
were not uncommon, but
Nope.
Glad that everyone who got out to enjoy the eclipse, and whether you're on a ski mountain or not, like, didn't really matter, but really interesting to see that elevated perspective.
Yep, I agree.
Topic 2 here, we got a snow farming article, Jeff, here, highlighting a Ruka, Finland resort. This is a BBC article, and what I found interesting about this is that you think of Finland and you're thinking, well, it's really far north, like almost to the Arctic Circle. They shouldn't have any problems holding snow, right? But it is only at 1,650 feet in elevation, so it doesn't quite line up.
Sure.
So this place in Ruka has really kind of taken the reins and done a great job at this snow farming and covering technique in order to extend their season. So as that season winds down in April, they start pushing snow into huge piles and covering it with a special blanket. And what I found interesting was that they're basically dealing with 80 to 90% retention of this snow pile. So
That wildly surpasses my expectations.
yeah, and it does take energy and effort to make these piles and, keep them that way. But I think that if you're saving 85% of these piles, that's a pretty good return. The end result here is a longer season. So as of even 10 years ago before this, they were running a December to April season. And now they're able to spread those piles out as early as October and run like October to May. So by doing that, they're increasing their bottom line, extending their season. They're not using it to like cover the whole mountain, but either to boost the existing stuff that they make snow on, or they use it for a park, which I thought you might be appreciative of.
Some of my favorite skiers are from this area.
Like an early season October park.
Yeah,
That would feel like that would be right up your alley.
totally. Sign me up.
All right.
Go ski with Auntie Olila.
But yeah,
This is really fun, by the way. Do you have this much fun every week?
I love Fridays.
I understand now. This is fantastic.
But yeah, cool to see people's creative things. It's not like they're in danger of closing during the winter, but it's a way of extending the season and just being, a little bit more diligent with what they have and saving it for later.
Yeah, more and more common, these efforts as well.
Yeah.
Tough to do here in Vermont. Just gets really hot.
I have never seen one of these special blankets covering a snow pile, so tough to say for sure whether it would work or not. But
Yeah, my speculation is it wouldn't work as
Wouldn't
well.
work.
As it just gets too hot here.
Yeah.
But who knows? I could be way off.
Third topic here, Jeff. We're entering the tabloid zone. Mikaela Schifrin has got engaged. I think that this is a really fun one. It's just a fun topic. Her and longtime boyfriend, I don't know.
I think that we can say long time now.
Longtime
Sure.
boyfriend, Alexander Omat
Childa, I think.
Sorry, Alex, have gotten engaged. And my theory here is that since they were both injured, that they just had a lot of time to spend together and
That was the catalyst.
really just like kindled their love and brought it to the next level.
Perhaps you're right.
Injury related, and not to put pressure on them, but if they have children, they will likely be the fastest kids of all time.
I hope they just have kids that want to be park skiers.
It's likely, as you know, my children snowboard now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you never know what your kids are going to want to do.
Don't always follow in the footsteps of your parents.
Yeah.
My dad was a baseball player and a soccer player. I turned into a whitewater kayaker and a skier.
So Mikaela and Alexander, if you're expecting your children to race, I don't know. You just got to support them in what they love.
I shout out to my lovely fiance who is very happy about this engagement.
Totally made her week, huh?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just did a little digging a little while ago, Jeff, to try to see if there were some other notable athletic power couples.
In the ski world?
No.
Oh.
No. Overall, if they happen to be skiers, I didn't see them on any of the lists that I checked. But yeah, a little fun for you. Andre Agassi and Steffi Graf. They were two
Interesting.
professional tennis players that were married, and
Yep.
I believe they had 2 kids.
Sorry, go ahead.
Nomar Garcia Parra and Mia Hamm,
Yep.
2 amazing athletes.
Yep. Sure.
This one I just learned. So 8-year U.S. women's national team soccer member Lauren Cheney
Yeah.
is married to Drew Holiday of the Celtics
I was
now.
just going to ask if you had Drew Holiday on
Yep.
there.
Another basketball player, David Lee, and tennis player Caroline Wozniacki. And then this one I like, Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens, who's an NFL safety.
Yep.
So there's precedent here. I
Sure.
don't know, I can't speak to their childbearing success, but if they were on that path, their children would likely be very athletic.
I'm really enjoying how tabloidy this just got.
Yeah, well, some of these sites that I had to go on here there were some stretches
I'm sure.
in terms of athletes and celebrities, but
Great research there, Bob.
next level. Congratulations to Mikaela and Alexander.
Yeah, they seem very happy.
Yeah. Topic number 4 here, kind of a bittersweet one that I found. I just happened upon it. It's a FISski.com article on retiring ski racers. So at the end of the year, there's obviously going to be kind of an exodus of sorts of athletes that are going to no longer continue their athletic pursuits. And so it's just kind of a compilation and a list of some notable skiers that are moving on to the next phase of their life. Some of their posts are really sad, like
Yeah.
whether they didn't achieve their goals, like they just got hurt and they couldn't get better, or they didn't get the type of support they wanted. Like there were just a lot of factors that went into these athletes deciding to no longer pursue their dreams, and it was kind of sad. Notable athletes, I'm not going to get this name right, Ragnhild Mowinckel of Norway.
It's a tough one.
I'm going to spell it for you, Ragnhild.
I'm not going to attempt
Okay,
it.
I apologize.
Thank you, though.
So she was a 4-time World Cup race winner, 2-time Olympic medalist. So most notable for her. On the men's side, Thomas Dressen and Josef Förstel of Germany were both speed event racers and just kind of aged and injured out of the racing world. But it kind of gives you a good insight into what goes through their minds, and their posts are all very endearing and very personal. Some of them had like pictures of them when they're kids,
Yep.
U12 racers or something like that, which I always think is really cute. But yeah, no, this was a really interesting article, and you don't normally think of this time of year as being this thing to that many people, but
Yeah.
it's the end of a
that's
season,
that's
end of a
good point.
career.
Yep.
So pretty sad. And like this happens to all athletes. Eventually they gotta hang it up.
Join me on the golf course.
It didn't really say anything about their future plans on these, but I would imagine
I'm sure it's golf related.
I mean, most of these people are going to stay in athletics.
Yeah,
they're,
I think
they're
that
high caliber athletes.
Typically happens. Move into a coaching role or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, like athletic training stuff.
Yep.
There's a whole world out there. So good luck to all of these athletes and their future pursuits. Edits. Got 3 edits for you, Jeff. First one, I didn't look to see if there was anything updated. I don't know if you did, but this was first hits from Swatch 9s.
I've only seen like some random social media clips.
Yeah, and more like kind of teaser
Yeah.
type stuff. But this one was entitled The Perfect Hip. I just
Yeah.
wrote Big Hip, but
I'll say it. I know I said it just to you in our office earlier. I would like to see more video content coming out of this event, personally.
I mean, they're set up for success in this regard.
I agree.
So no reason why they shouldn't.
Yeah.
But it's a big hip jump.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's unbelievable. And
It looked really fun.
we kind of had, discussions this past week on how we've kind of seen the progression of terrain park
Yep.
technology over the courses of our ski careers. And you don't see a whole lot of hips. all
Well, we
that
had
much.
a couple good ones at Stowe the
Yep.
end of the year, but not on the same scale.
I feel like it used to be
Hips.
a different thing.
Hips used to be pretty trendy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yoon Olsen would always have a big hip at Yoon Olsen Super Sessions and Yoon Olsen Invitational.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Always a good production out of them. Jeff wants to see more video.
More.
Number 2, we got a fun little edit from Hunter Zeiner, Super Sessions Raw at Sugarbush. I really like this because it really kind of encapsulated our
Yeah.
Eastern Park
Totally.
scene. It's a foggy day.
Yeah.
There's, not
Well,
perfect conditions.
That Sugarbush is basically the mecca of the core East Coast park skiing community now too. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And if you go to the 5-minute and 32-second mark, there's an excellent runaway ski scene. I don't know if you made it that far.
I did not, but I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah, really good one. And number 3, we have a kind of a throwback, an older video to the Killington bump scene. So this is kind of playing off of the park scene in Sugarbush, keeping it Vermont-based. And basically from now until the snow goes away, Killington is just a mecca for spring bumps.
Yep.
So just a wonderful sunny day mogul skiing video featuring Radio Ron. And a lot of really just amazing mogul skiers in those spring bumps at Killington.
Glad you chose this. I hadn't heard the name Radio Ron in a while, and it
Yep.
was nice to watch it and reminisce.
I also think that this is a nice bookend. So Killington's really interesting because they hold their World Cup races on Superstar
Right now, it's just a
in
bump
November,
trail.
and now it's just moguls.
Yeah,
So Superstar really undergoes this metamorphosis throughout the season
it's a great point.
and ends in what they hope is June in on the moguls there. So
Killington was doing some kind of social media contest where they asked people to guess the maximum depth of snow on Superstar.
yeah,
At at its deepest point in the season, I think they were giving away a GoPro or something like that.
I mean it's in the 20s, 20.
Feet.
Yeah.
People were guessing in inches.
Oh, okay.
There were a lot of guesses in the 200 to 300 inch
Yeah.
range.
Yep. I would put my guess in that range as well.
I don't know if they have announced the actual number
Yeah.
or the winner. So maybe you could still enter and win a GoPro. I don't know.
Well, either way, there's still moguls on Killington, and there will be for a while because they bury that trail. That's it for edits. That's it for news. Jeff, have a wonderful time in Austria.
Thanks.
Have a great trip.
Thanks.
Got to unwind. Take the time.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a relaxing unwind trip, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. And make sure you check out these videos here, Maverick and QST-X coming out soon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, pending any major issues, I'll have this done probably by tomorrow evening.
excellent.
In other news, Cameron Young just birdied the 14th hole. I gotta
Get back.
get back. I'm just kidding. It is Masters
Yeah.
week, so if you're a golf fanatic like me, then you probably played 5 holes in 40-degree weather this morning in the rain because your course kind of soft opened, I'd guess.
I don't know. I was skiing in the rain. You were golfing in the rain.
There wasn't a
Pretty fun.
pin in the first hole,
Yeah.
which was fine. Brant, I don't care.
You just guess.
Yeah, I hit my approach shot to the middle of the green, and the hole was over there.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what you should do. That's what I should do every time.
Pretend there's no hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretend there's no pin and just play to the middle of the green
Yeah.
and then putt.
All right. Well, that's it for Top 5 Fridays. Jeff, thank you for your commentary. Whether you're watching golf or out there skiing, have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next time.
Bye. That's so much fun.